In today's video, I'm sharing with you what's in my bag winter edition. Let's get right into it. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I am back with another one of these videos in this series. Now it's a series of videos where I kind of share with you what's in my bag at a current or a particular season. I started doing this a couple of years ago and I kind of curated it based off of the particular season because the things that are in my bag do switch up for all of the seasons, and you all seem to love those videos so much, so I figured I would continue to do videos like this until it starts to get boring, until it starts to get repetitive. But I do have a bunch of new things in here, so I think this one will be interesting. And it is jam-packed. It is actually super full in this bag. It is so heavy, cannot lift it for more than a few seconds, to be honest with you. But I will start off by telling you about the bag and whether or not I like it, and then we'll jump into all of the things that are in here. So I actually got this bag from ASOS. It's ginormous, if you couldn't tell. Like, next to me, it takes up half of my body, if you will. I got it from ASOS. I cannot recall the exact name of the bag. It didn't have a fancy name. It was like ASOS leather slouchy bag. Like, there were more description words than an actual name for the bag. So I will link this and everything that I can link in the description box. So if you want to grab a bag like this for yourself, it will be in the description box. But as you can see, it is very slouchy. I really wanted to go for something slouchy, but I did want something that was genuine leather so that it was a little bit more fancy, a little bit more luxe, and can last forever while also having kind of like this casual slouchy vibe. And I actually really like a slouchy leather bag as opposed to something super structured. I don't know, there's something really nice and chic about that. But I purchased this bag for the very first time for the sole reason of taking it to the office. At the time, I had just got a new job, and that job was hybrid, so I was going into New York City from Jersey 2 times a week, and this was my go-to bag for the entirety of that job. Now I am fully remote, but this bag still comes in handy, and I still think this is going to be my go-to bag for the unforeseeable future because it fits a lot of things in here. As you can clearly see, there's a lot in here. I know it's probably hard to believe, but you can fit a lot in here and it doesn't look like there's a lot in there. The slouchiness and the design of it just makes it look like there's pretty much nothing in there when you could have your entire life in there. It's also extremely durable. Like I said, I used to put a laptop in here. I used to put a lot of work things in here and basically camp out in the New York City office for an entire day, and then I would bring it home and never had any like wear and tear issues. So it's a really solid bag. I think it's pretty affordable for the fact that it's leather. And yeah, I definitely do recommend it. They also come in different colors. I think there's like a tan color and an olive green color. I was really into the olive green, but I went with the black because I felt like it would fit with every single outfit a little bit better. Okay, with that out of the way, now let's actually jump into the bag. By the way, the bag has like a clasp to open it up. That kind of clasp, and there's just like 1 or 2 pockets in there. It's like really small pockets, one pocket for like a business card or your ID, and then another kind of zipper that has these 2 things. So starting off with these 2 things because they are the most boring. First, my passport. Always carry around my passport. It's probably more relevant now than ever before, but also I do not have a driver's license. So that is my main form of identification. So I carry my passport with me everywhere. And then I have this little card slot kind of wallet. It's a little bit thicker than a card slot actually, but you can fit a lot of cards in here. I got it from Etsy and it's no longer available because I got it so many years ago, but it fits a ton of cards and I don't really carry around cash. So this has been working for me. I'm sure you can find something similar on Etsy. Etsy has like a ton of stuff. Now this bag also has like a clasp. Ooh. It has a clasp for you to kind of like help the bag cinch after you fill it up with all of the things. So once I open up the clasp, as you saw there, it is now kind of like flailing out on the sides. You can wear the bag like that if you want to. I just like it nice and cinched. And I also like my stuff kind of like not flying out if I'm running around Manhattan. Let's start with some of the miscellaneous things and then we'll get into the various pouches that I have because I have quite a few pouches. The very first thing, and right out of the gate when we're talking about winter essentials, I have a pair of gloves. I have like a cheap pair of gloves for whenever I just need something on my hand really quickly. I really want to invest in like a nice fancy pair of leather gloves, but for now I just have these cheap gloves. I also have one in gray. Depending on my outfit, I go with one or the other. And then I have this kind of like triangle scarf, Sophie scarf, if you will. If you did not know, I got into crocheting and I've been crocheting Sophie scarves, but this one is not that. This one has like this cute cherry design, and I actually got this gifted from my work bestie, my business partner, and I love that it's kind of like thin and easy to tuck into my bag, so when I'm not using the big thick one that I crocheted myself that is made out of 100% wool, I have this one kind of tucked in my bag for emergencies. Like I said with the gloves, you never know when you need to just grab something and put it on your hands or your head really quickly, so I have that. Another winter essential, a thermos. I have this gorgeous little tiny one from Yeti. It is 8 ounces, so it's very small. I like to carry coffee that is quite small, so this size works for me. It is the Yeti Rambler, I believe, or the Yeti Tumbler. Yeah, I just love the color so much. It actually blends in with my sweater right now, which is very fitting. But this fits the perfect amount of coffee. Like to have it with me. It does not spill in my bag, and also it keeps my coffee super hot. I used to make my coffee at home in Jersey, travel over an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, get into the office, and this would still be piping hot. Okay, another miscellaneous thing that is just always in my bag all the time, and you've seen this before. It is a baggu tote. It kind of gets wrapped up in a little baggie here, so it's a bag inside of a bag. I'll just show you what that looks like, but you fold it out and then the bag comes out, and it's essentially just a tote bag. It's really handy for when I'm out and about and I want to have a tote with me, especially in New Jersey where you don't get bags out and about anymore. Like, you have to pay for them or you just won't have a bag at all. So this is really handy for moments like that. Okay, another miscellaneous thing is my e-reader. This is the Books Palma 2. This is essentially like a quote-unquote dumb phone. So it runs on Android. It does a lot of phone functions. You can go on social media. You can do whatever you want in terms of like downloading Android apps and using them on this, but it is mainly known as an e-reader alternative from like the Kindle or the Kobo. And again, it runs on Android, so I can download the Kindle app, I can download the Kobo app, the Libby app, whatever app that is related to e-reading, and I can read it on here. I also have Substack on this because I like to read Substack articles. So yeah, this is my little e-reader. As you can see, it's customized. You can customize the screens and the buttons and all of that jazz, and it's a smartphone size. I love that so much. I think I will never ever go back to anything that's bigger than this, actually. Okay, and then the last miscellaneous thing before I get into the various pouches that I have is a new item. This is my digital camera. I actually thrifted this using a gift card that my mom got me for Christmas, and it is a digital camera that is 23 years old. How crazy is that? I didn't even register in my brain that digital cameras, like digital point and shoot cameras, could be 23 years old, but here we are. This is the Canon PowerShot S50. I know it's not super popular among the Y2K aesthetic and the girlies who are like romanticizing Y2K and getting digital cameras. However, this is a really solid, fantastic camera. If you want to know more about this, let me know in the comment section. But I put this cute little charm wristlet on the side, which is also very Y2K, I might add. And I'm obsessed with this thing. I love it so much. I take pictures every single week and I post them on my social media. So if you're interested, there's at least 2 or 3 series of photos that I've posted where I took the pictures from this. Okay, so those are the miscellaneous things. Now moving on to my various pouches. I have 3 pouches in total. So this first pouch right here, you may recognize it if you've seen my other What's in My Bag videos. There's nothing so fun in here, to be honest with you. This is more so the pouch that needs to go with me everywhere that I go. Otherwise, I risk unaliving myself by accident. And yes, I have become very close to that prior to having this little pouch. But what's inside of this pouch? And by the way, the pouch has like a nice corduroy kind of material, and the smileys are so cute. But what's inside is essentially just meds. I have severe allergies and they impact my lungs. So if I have an allergy attack, which is actually very often, unfortunately, because I'm allergic to over 20 things, I need to have a nebulizer with me. So I have my nebulizer. This is my nebulizer. It has worked pretty solidly over the past couple of years since I found out that I have this allergy and the reaction. I have an emergency inhaler, I have the medicine that goes with the nebulizer, and I also have a portable charger. This really comes in handy because sometimes the nebulizer will not turn on even though there are batteries in there and it's battery powered. It also can be plugged into like a USB, and so I bring this as a backup in case those batteries don't work. It has happened before and it actually happens more often than not, unfortunately. So this thing is always charged up, always ready to go. And if I don't need to use this for my nebulizer, at least I have an extra charger with me for my phone. Okay, the second pouch is a pouch you have seen very recently. This is my journaling ecosystem. It is quite chunky in there. There's a lot going on in here. So I'm not gonna go through every single item in here, mostly because I've done a dedicated video on this and you can check that video out. I also did a recent dedicated Substack piece where I detail everything that's in here that includes the links. I also did a recent Instagram and TikTok post where I detailed everything that's in here. So I don't want to be super repetitive, but this journaling ecosystem has all of the bare necessities that I need when it comes to journaling. It has my morning pages, it has my Paper Republic journal, it has one of each utensil that I would use, a writing tool, and then just some extras. As you can see, there's a clampy. If you want to see my Paper Republic journal, because I know that is the most interesting thing that I probably mentioned there, this is my Paper Republic journal. You may recognize this if you watch any of my monthly reset videos or my quarterly review videos. It shows up all the time because there's a lot going on in here. I have my bullet journal in here, so my planning system. I have a sketchbook. I have some commonplace notebooks in here. I have my little trusty pen. So this is truly everything that I need aside from my morning pages, which is also in here. But yeah, I've got all of my necessities when it comes to journaling, and journaling is a big thing for me. It's super important in my life, so I am always bringing around my journaling ecosystem. And every Sunday, I like to go to a coffee shop with Ian, and we bring our journals and my journaling ecosystem, and we have like our little Sunday reset at a coffee shop. So that's become like a new ritual that I absolutely love. And then finally, we have the final pouch. Now, this pouch has a lot of stuff, and I do want to go into it because I think I've switched some stuff up in here. But this is a Glossier makeup bag. It's the large size, and I essentially have all of my emergency toiletry stuff in here. That's essentially what this bag is. And there's a lot in here because you never know, especially when I was taking this to the New York City office when I was working a hybrid job. I definitely use this all the time. So let's jump into it. Firstly, in the little slot right at the front, there's nothing interesting in there, just a couple of meds and vitamins and wellness formula stuff that's just, you know, you never know when you need those things. And then once you get inside, I'll show you what it looks like inside right now, but once you get inside, another winter essential. I don't know who gave me this, but I have it in my house, and so I just have it with me. But these are hand warmers. These are like the disposable hand warmers. Perfect for the winter time. I haven't used them just yet, but it's really nice to have in my bag for that one time when it's going to be insanely cold and I will need it. Then I have this little pouch. I just put like little things in here, like if I need to go to the ladies' room in a public area, there's just different things that I can really put in here in a handy little leather slot. So I don't have to bring this huge bag with me to the bathroom. I can just bring this, and it is very convenient. I have a face mask in the event of needing it. I have a travel size deodorant. That definitely comes in handy either when I'm having a stressful day, like I sweat when I stress out, but also in the summertime. I have hand sanitizer. I love this brand so much. I know it's expensive, but like it's actually worth it. I have a couple, I think I only have 2 in here. No, I have 3 lip products. So the first lip product is from Glossier. This is their Generation G. It's essentially their lipstick. It's kind of like a matte lipstick, and I have it in the color Fuzz. I really don't use lipstick on the regular, but I brought it home from the New York City office because I had it kind of like sitting on my desk there. So that's why it's in there. But then I also have a Glossier Balm.com. Now this one is unscented. It's a universal solve. If you didn't know about Glossier Balm.com, it's not just a lip balm, it's a solve. So I use the unscented one, particularly around my cuticles and also for tattoo care, aftercare. So that's why I have the unscented one. And then I have an actual lip balm that I use as a lip balm. This is from Rhode. This is their cinnamon roll. Yeah, cinnamon roll scent. It's not my favorite scent, so I honestly have it in my bag because I'm trying to finish it. But I do love Rhode peptide lip tints or lip treatments. They are my favorite, especially for the winter time. They're like really nourishing for me. We've got a Tide pen. You never know when you need a Tide pen. Another Rhode product. This is like a travel sized Rhode product. It is the Barrier Restore Cream. I have this in my bag for the winter specifically because my skin gets really dry in the winter and I will get random little dry patches when I'm out and about, especially if it's very frigid outside. So I have this in my bag to kind of like patch up those little dry spots whenever that happens. I have a Glossier travel perfume. This is the Glossier U, the classic one. A lot of Glossier and Rhode products, as you can see here, but those are my two tried and true brands. So I have this one. I do need to re-up on this. I have a little Dazzle, I think it's called a Diamond Dazzle Stick. Yeah, this is essentially like a jewelry cleaner on the go, so you can clean your rings, your earrings, whatever it may be, and it's very handy and easy to have it in this little stick. I have some mints. This definitely came in handy when I used to get lunch with my work bestie in the New York City office. I have this gorgeous thrifted compact. It's a compact is essentially like this reusable thing that you can put in your foundation, not foundation, what is it? Like your powder for your face back in the day. And so I thrifted this for like 20 bucks. The style is mother of pearl. And it's got like a gold accent on the back. I'm not going to open it, but in the inside, it has a mirror. And then the compact part where you would put the powder, instead of putting powder, I put oil blotting sheets. The reason why I'm not going to open it is because the mirror actually fell off and is like floating in here and I need to reattach it with some glue. So I don't want to open it and then it slips out and then it falls. But just know there's a mirror and some oil blotting sheets in here. I have a glasses cleaner. It's on this little hooky and pouch and I love it so much. You've seen it before, but I love this thing because you can keep the eyeglasses cleaner inside the pouch and then you don't have to worry about it getting dirty running around at the bottom of your bag. Almost done here. Another Rhode product. This is a, what's the thing called? Pixel Snap, which is like MagSafe. This is a MagSafe kind of thing to add on the back of your phone where you can slip the lip balm into it. So let me just get the lip balm so I can show you what that looks like. This is what it looks like. And you can snap it on the back of your phone. It's very reminiscent of the Rode viral phone case that they made a few years ago, but now they have it in a little attachment so that you can snap it on the back of the phone and it can fit any phone that has that MagSafe capability, which is really nice because I have the Google Pixel 10 Pro and I have Pixel Snap, but I don't have an iPhone, obviously, to get the iPhone case. Then I have some hand lotion. This one's solid. It's pretty light. It's not deeply nourishing for winter, but it's fine. It is green tea scented. It smells pretty good. And then super randomly, I have some nail glue in here. I was going through a phase where I was wearing a lot of like fake nails and they would pop out in random moments. And I just wanted to ensure that I had the glue with me for those moments so I didn't walk around having like half of my nails be glued on and half of them not. But that is all for what is in my bag. Hopefully that was interesting. I know there was a lot of random little bits and bobs, but hopefully you can see why those things are in my bag and why they end up becoming necessary in certain moments or like little luxury items in other moments. But there are also some wintry things in there that I feel are perfect for the what if moments whenever you're out and about during the winter season. And it's been a really, really cold winter season. We're about to get like 20 plus inches of snow soon. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Everything that I can possibly find will be linked down in the description box. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I so appreciate the fact that you keep showing up to these videos. I will continue doing them for as long as you continue finding interest in them. Thank you once again, and I will talk to you in the next video.